So I'm trying to say this because both of them will cut you. I don't care. I don't care what's going on. A Puerto Rican and a Dominican woman will cut you. So I'm trying to analyze this without getting cut by my peoples. Mi gentes. My good people, welcome back. Episode number 7. Don't Kill the Messenger podcast. As always, coming to you on his day off in his living room is your boy Marc. My people, what is up? It is Friday, March 17th. We got some great cloudy skies in New York City. But that's right, because the weekend is upon us now. I mean, thank God it's Friday. My people, what is up, man? What's up since the last time I seen you guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's blessed. Hope everyone's getting after it. Hope you guys have been trying to stay active. Listen, you don't have to have the best body in the world. You don't have to have a six pack. But please, my middle-aged brethren and sisters, I want you to stay active. Not only do I want you to stay active because I want you to be healthy and live long, I want you to look good for the summer. Spring and summer is upon us. I'm telling you right now, we lost an hour. You already know what that means. That sun is staying out a little longer. That means it's going to be warm. And you don't want to be out there with your chichos looking crazy. So whatever you're doing, just try to get after it. If it's only 20 minutes a day, trust me, that will lead to like an hour a day. So my people from the desk of Don't Kill the Messenger podcast fitness department, I want y'all people to get after it. So my week was pretty good, my people. Now, last show, I told you I was going to go take Mama Love to go see Creed 3. And I was going to go take her to see Cocaine Bear. I ain't going to lie. I didn't get a chance to see Cocaine Bear. I didn't get a chance to go see it. But at some point, I mean, maybe to the point I'll just wait for it to come on. I don't know if I'm going to waste money. Because movies are expensive, man. Movies are so expensive that when I took my mom to see Creed 3, yeah, bro, I took her to the 11 a.m. showing. I took her to the matinee just to save me a couple of dollars. And mind you, the matinee, I don't know, man. I feel like they switched things around, man. I think the matinee are the prices that regular prices used to be, and now regular prices are even more. I'm telling you, man, the movies are expensive, bro. Bro, I didn't even buy popcorn. Bro, I snuck in 2 Ziploc bags of some healthy popcorn shit. I snuck in a Ziploc bag of like raisins and peanuts and a can of Coke Zero. Like, I was not trying to spend money. Me and mom, and who you think I learned that from? Mom, because mom used to come into the movie theaters back in the day with the stash as well. So shit, I was with the OG who taught me how to do all the sneaky stuff. So movies are expensive, man. I mean, and then the trailers are like a half an hour long, man. Now, mind you, no, actually, the movie was at 12 noon. It started at noon, but we were running a little late. So we get there at like 12:10. So I'm like, okay, man, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes the most of trailers. Yo, bro, the movie didn't start till like 12:30. I'm like, do we really need a half an hour of trailers? And mind you, 80% of the movies that are coming out, they look trash. We don't need a half an hour of that. We really don't. The movie industry got to get a little better. Give us a standard 10, 15 minutes tops. Then start the movie, man. So let's talk about Creed 3. Okay. I went into Creed 3 thinking I wouldn't like it. I went into Creed 3 thinking I wouldn't like it, and here's why. As you guys know, or may not know, I am a super duper Rocky fan. Anything with Rocky from back in the day, I'm with it. Apollo, Rocky, Mr. T's character whose name escapes me right now, Drago, Mickey, Paulie, Adrian. I mean, all things rock, your boy's here for it. So when Creed came out a couple of years ago, I was super excited because I was like, oh man. I mean, they finessed it. Like, Creed had an illegitimate son, and, I was like, oh, hey, whatever works, man. I'm here for it, bro. And Creed 1 was phenomenal. Matter of fact, it's so funny. I watched Creed 1 last night just to make sure I wasn't tripping and how phenomenal that movie was. Phenomenal movie. The dynamic between Rock and Creed, Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone. Amazing. Okay, then Creed 2 comes out, and he's trying to avenge his dad's death in some way by fighting the son of Ivan Drago. Excellent movie. Great movie. Now, Creed 3 drops, and Rocky / Stallone is not going to be in the movie. I told you guys I had my doubts. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this movie, man, because how they gonna pull it off, guys? Creed 3 was phenomenal. Creed 3 was so good. I would pay to go see Creed 3 5 more times in the movie. That's how good that movie was. Now I don't want to give anything away, but I will talk about a couple of points what I took away from the movie. One, Michael B. Jordan's first directorial debut was phenomenal. He did an excellent job. He did an excellent job on the way he fought. He filmed the fight scenes. I think he shot them in 4K. There's some groundbreaking fight scene camera work going on in Creed 3. Phenomenal. Two, the plot. No, I'll save that for point three. Part two, how he is with his daughter. Yo, if you're a father, especially a dad who has daughters, especially younger daughters, how he is with his daughter in that movie, bro, that's gonna bring you right in. I mean, it was phenomenal, phenomenal. And three was the dynamic between him and his childhood friend. Like I said, I'm not gonna give anything away, but if you've seen the trailers, you already know that him and his childhood friend has some sort of beef, and it just made me think about the complexity and the duality and just every complex nuance between relationships sometimes between black men. Our love hate relationships sometimes with one another. Our ways we can kind of get envious of each other sometimes and wish for each other's downfall. But behind all that bravado and masculine energy, there's a soft spot. There's a spot that's hurt. There's a spot that still loves your brother no matter if you feel he did him wrong. And sometimes all it takes to mend that fence is a conversation. Sometimes a conversation needs to be had, you know what I mean? And it won't go so left field. As I said, you'll see when you go watch the movie. Creed 3 was phenomenal. My people, if you haven't, when you get a chance, go see that movie. I'm a comparer. Is it the best Creed out of the series? Damn, it's up there, man. But Creed 3 is still Creed 1 is still my favorite. But definitely do yourself a favor. Go check out Creed 3. Okay. There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on in the world right now. I mean, we got banks collapsing. You got the government bailing people out. You got Russian aircrafts flying into the U.S. drones. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. I promise you, on episode number 7 of Don't Kill the Messenger podcast, we will not be talking about any of that shit. I'm not talking about none of that shit, man. I don't want to talk about nothing political today. I don't want to talk about nothing that has to do with any seriousness because it's Friday, man, and I don't want to. But I promise you, next show, we'll get back to talking about political and the world's coming to an end type shit. But today we're going to have a little fun. Okay. Now, there's a story that some people might know of and a lot of people don't know of. And I promise you, as you'll see when I tell the story, that if the roles were reversed, this would be like national headlines. Like this will be a new story that everybody, no matter how you vote, no matter how you identify, everybody would be talking about this. But this particular story is not getting the shine. Let me put you guys on. Okay, so there's a lunch lady in Connecticut who's being charged with the sexual assault of a minor. Okay, so last month, Andy Rosenfort was arrested by the Connecticut police, and she's facing 3 charges that include second-degree sexual assault, enticing a minor by computer to engage in sexual activity. I guess pretty much, man, maybe she was texting him, sliding in his DMs, whatever. She was wilding. I don't know if I said it, but she's 31 years old, and the young man, the victim, he's 14 years old. Now, here's what happened. It seems like the young man friend told his dad, not the victim's dad, but his friends told his dad that, hey man, something's going on afoot. Young bull, we're gonna call him young bull. Young bull over here is doing something with the OG lunch lady. So I guess the dad was like, oh hell no, went reported to school officials. The school officials then looked into it, and then the charges was filed, so on and so forth. Now, mind you, Miss Hottie Lunch Lady, this isn't her first time in hot water. A couple of months back, they was like she was doing some inappropriate stuff, having students on her IG, looking at her IG, so on and so forth. An investigation was conducted. They come to find out for that particular situation that there was nothing foul going on with the young students and the hot lunch lady. Yeah, we're gonna call her hot lunch lady for the story. So apparently, the young bull was at a party, and I guess him and young hot lunch lady were texting each other because she went, got in her. I just see her in a soccer mom van or some shit like that. I don't know. Maybe she's driving a Traverse. She got in there, and she went to go pick the young bull up at a party. And then, according to police reports, some sexual activities happened in the car. Okay, let's start off why this, you haven't probably heard of this. If you haven't heard of this, it's because the hot lunch lady is a woman, guys, and the victim is a young man. Guys, I promise you, if it was like dad bod lunch dude slinging like spaghetti and meatballs, and that was a 14-year-old little girl, bro, this shit would have made national news. You would have heard about this. It's still being a news cycle. Because, mind you, this was over 2 weeks old. But you didn't hear about it because you have the predator being a hot lunch lady, and you have the victim as a male. So it's not going to be all over the news. Okay. I'm going to transport back into time. I'm jumping in my DeLorean, and I'm going back into 1989, and I'm going to grab young Marcus, and I'm going to bring him back to this desk, and he's going to do something called a podcast in 2023, and 14-year-old Marcus is going to give you his thoughts about what happened. This is 14-year-old Marcus. You can now hold 47-year-old Marcus accountable for the shit 14-year-old Marcus is about to say. This is 14-year-old Marcus' thoughts. Bro. Bro. Are you shitting me? If I was 14 years old, mind you, I'm 14, man. I get hard when the wind blows. I'm over here looking at rap videos, chicks with spandex on. I'm already on one. The hormones is raging, bro. And you're telling me that the hot lunch lady is showing interest in me? Yo, bro, sign me up. Coach, count me in. I am game. That's 14-year-old Marcus' point of view. And what is 14-year-old Marcus going to do? 14-year-old Marcus is going to run and tell his friends. Because the technology in 2023 is amazing. We don't have that back in 1989. But in 2023, there's things called smartphones. And hot lunch lady is sending me nudes, bro. And I'm going to run back and I'm going to show the bros. Bros, Miss Rosa Ford got a fat one. Look at this. And I'm showing everybody. And I took a poll, by the way, before I did this segment to see if I was the only one who thought that way. Now, I did extensive research. I asked 4 guys in my chat room, would they rat out the hot lunch lady? And 3 out of 4 said absolutely not. One said he would, but we questioned his sexual orientation, so he just might be gay. All jokes. Okay, so let's get back to the story. Here's what happened. Okay, one of his friends, one of his guys, whoever he showed that picture to, or put on to, like, yo, bro, Miss Rosersford, bro, she, you know what I mean, she could get it. I don't know, it's about to go down. You know what happened? One of the little dudes got salty, bro. One of them little dudes was hating the young bull. You know what I mean? Think about it. The young boy was texting her 2 in the morning. She's going to pick the young boy up, man. I mean, come on. He was down, bro. I mean, it looked like, and I'm just talking shit, it don't look like he was the classic sense of a victim. Like he was being forced. Yo, come pick me up, bro. She came and got him. Probably gave him, This is crazy. This is crazy. But here's the thing: his boy ratted him out. His boy, being a little punk ass, because he not getting hot lunch lady to give him any play. He went and he ran and he told his dad, bro, that's sucker shit. This 14-year-old me talking. You don't do shit like that, bro. Bros over hoes, man. You can't break the code. You run back and you tell your dad. Now I'm over here. I gotta spill the beans. Now the police is questioning me. What am I do? Now my parents is on it. I can't lie. Now I gotta tell them. Yeah, blah 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 blah. I was sticking to the script, man. Why you rat on me, bro? It's crazy. It was crazy. And the reason you haven't heard about the story, and I could joke about it, is because, if we're being all the way honest, it is because of the genders of predator and victim, so to speak. Because I promise you right now, as a dad of 2 daughters, this shit would not be funny. It would not be funny if it was a fucking old ass man and a young girl. It wouldn't be. But being that it's the other way around, I mean, I just found it funny. It's so funny. I asked my son. I asked him the other day. I said, "Hey, little man, if you 14 and you had some hot ass lunch lady trying to hit on you, you gonna tell us?" He's like, "Nah, see, cause guys, men ain't shit from an early age. My son isn't shit. He's a straight dude." Oh man, I just thought that story was funny, man. Like I said, today we on when we not doing. Listen, the world is coming to an end, my people. We're not talking about any of that today. Today we're gonna have fun. Well, oh man, okay. Oh, guys. Guess who's back in our news cycle? Jussie Smollett. Yes, Jussie Smollett is back in the news cycle. I mean, he ain't been in the news cycle over the last 4 years. Anytime he's in the news cycle, bro, it ain't been good. So let me refresh your memory. Let's go down memory lane. Maybe we got to hop back in our time machine. So if you don't know, let's go over the Jussie Smollett story. And I know Dave Chappelle has corrupted me. This guy will always be Jussie Smollett. Always, like for life. Dave Chappelle just changed his whole name, if you haven't seen that comedy bit. Okay, January 29th, 2019. Your boy Jussie went to the Chicago Police Department and said he was a victim of a hate crime. He said that 2 white men in MAGA hats approached him on a cold-ass Chicago street, roughly around 2 in the morning, and said, "Hey, boy, ain't you that faggot from Empire? Come here." And they commenced to beat his ass. And then if you've seen the pictures afterwards, he has marks on his face. He has bruises. Jussie looked like they put the beats on him. Now, mind you, guys, let's remember the temperature of 2019. Orange 45. Donald J. Trump was the president. And everybody was on one. Everybody hated this guts. We went from Barack Obama to this. So the tension was already in the air.
Chicago Pavilion. It was supposed to have been a rally for Donald Trump.
During the election, he wasn't able to give his stump speech at the UIC Pavilion. Protesters had prevented it, and it was a continuation of Chicago protests.
So this is what we need. You're telling me that 2 white guys in MAGA hats not only beat up a black man in the streets and called him all type of slurs, but they also beat up a gay man. The news had a field day with this. I mean, it's to the point that Jussie was hitting all the news circuits, and he did a sit down, and he said, "Hey man, yeah, I got my ass beat. I got my ass beat bad by these 2 MAGA homosexual hating guys. But I want all little gay boys to know I fought back. I fought my ass off. I didn't go down without a fight."
He then says,
"I'm the gay Tupac."
Now, mind you, he was like a damn national hero. He was all over the news. America's a bad place to live, man. You can't be gay or black walking down the street of Chicago at 2 a.m. in the morning without the white supremacists looking to hunt you down and beat your brains in. America's not such a good place. And then the truth came out. Jussie Smollett told a goddamn lie. He was a liar. He was a liar. The police investigated, and they're like, hold on, man. Something don't sound right about this. And what do detectives do? They detect shit. And they detect the bullshit that he was lying. They found that he was lying. He concocted this whole story. It was a hoax. Who knows why he did it? Mind you, he's on the biggest show at the time, Empire. He doesn't need the publicity. He really doesn't. I mean, he's doing phenomenal in life. African-American gay dude on a top-rated TV show. He doesn't need to make this up, but he did. Now, here's the crazy part. Which I'm like, bro, you have money. Like, you could at least hire 2 white dudes to make it look real. Jussie Smollett, hired 2 of the darkest, and I mean darkest, midnight, 2 a.m. looking brothers from the Congos, bro.
A friend of mine had sent me a screenshot of the front page of, I believe, a TMZ article that showed that Jussie had been attacked. I went to my brother, ran to him, and was like, yo, mission accomplished. We did it. So we're like...
He hired these 2 brothers to beat his ass. And now, these 2 brothers, who eventually testified against Jussie Smollett in court, they have a documentary coming out. And the documentary is wild. Guys, if you don't have Fox Nation, which I didn't before this show, but it's only $6, and the first month is free, bro, that shit is worth for you to get to watch this documentary. It is crazy. To the point, one of the brothers, and I'll put a video up, one of the brothers, I guess Jussie wanted them to throw gasoline on him. Yo, bro, if he acted this good in Empire, he would have won all type of awards, bro. He wanted them to throw gasoline on him. But one of the African brothers was like, nah, chill, bro. I mean, we're going to beat your ass, but you taking this shit way too far. So what did he do? He settled. He put bleach. And where did he put bleach in? A goddamn bottle of used hot sauce.
This is where we waited for Jussie to come before we attacked him. After I threw him to the ground, I used my knuckle and gave him a noogie to give him a mark to make it look real.
That's where I came around with the bleach, the infamous bleach in the hot sauce bottle.
Make this shit up. This is already hilarious. This is Bizarro land. So they do this. And then they go and they plan. Mind you, they couldn't have phones. The video will explain it all. And I won't run too much. I don't want to get copyright infringement type shit. And they go and they perform the hoax and they beat him up. And they start yelling slurs at him and this. And this is MAGA country. 2 of the darkest motherfuckers you ever see in your life. You telling me you couldn't find 2 white dudes, man? God damn. So this documentary is dropped. I mean, they were beating him up, but he wasn't getting bruised. So what happened? One of the brothers decided to give him a noogie. Yo, bro, you know what a noogie is? He decided to take his knuckle and come on. Absurd. It's absurd. But my question is why? Why would you do this? I mean, to get fame, to get attention on merits of accomplishments, of I don't know, curing stuff if you're a doctor, of being an entertainer or athlete, to get attention from something that you do, you know, you can't be mad at that because you are doing something. Like, we give LeBron attention because he's LeBron and he's playing at a high level at X amount of years. That's something that's deserved. But to want to get attention as being a victim is something that I just don't understand. And I see that being super prevalent in the younger generation that's coming up. You know what I mean? That everybody's a victim. And I'm like, yeah, everybody's a victim. Everybody's a victim to the point that you made some stuff up to be a victim. So the outpouring of love and attention you are getting is because you were a victim. That's scary stuff, man. That's really scary. I mean, all jokes aside, and I know we were just laughing at it, but all jokes aside, this young man had the world, no pun intended, by the balls. And he kind of threw it all away. I'm pretty sure he's a leper. I mean, he's a punchline at best now, But prior to 2019, he was getting love for. He was a great singer. He was on he was on a top rated show, Empire. But to want to get notoriety or fame for being a victim, I just think that sends a dangerous message, especially if you are someone who says that you are for your community, which he said, he's a homosexual guy, and and he has kids that are, young men that whoever that are homosexual that look up to stuff like that, So you shouldn't teach them to be a victim because of their sexual orientation. I just found that weird. I mean, it's funny as hell. I mean, guys, please, when you can get a chance, check out Fox Nation. The documentary is sad, funny, and hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, another thing that came into that was a thing this week. Whoopie Goldberg. Y'all ain't gonna lie. Whoopi Goldberg has apologized at this point more than R. Kelly. Whoopi is always apologizing for some stuff, man. Now I don't watch The View because they. I don't want to sound like a typical dude, but it's a bunch of chicks and they say stuff off emotion. I'm like, what are you talking about, mama? That's not real. But Whoopi Goldberg is kind of like the head being in charge over there. I mean, it's Whoopi. She's the OG, right? She's put in work in the Hollywood game since I can remember. Jumpin' Jack Flash, all those movies, The Color Purple. I mean, come on, man. Whoopi Goldberg is like cementing in life off that movie, Color Purple. She was phenomenal. But now this is what she do every day for a living. She goes on TV and talks shit without researching or whatever. But she got into a little bit of a situation because she used the word gypped. Meaning, and if you're from New York, and I don't know if other regions of the country say this, but as an old school New Yorker, we would say gyp, like, yo, you gypped me. Oh, man, she didn't give me the proper change back. Oh, man, she gypped me out of my change. Or if your boy asks for some chips and you give him like one, like, damn, bro, why you gypped me like that? So it kind of means that you're being shortchanged. So apparently, this is a slur against gypsy people. That blew my mind, bro. Bro, I've been using the word gyp since forever. I never knew it had any correlation with gypsy people. I didn't know. So anyway, Whoopi says that. She says the word gyp, and then she had to issue apology to the gypsy community. There was really, first of all, is there enough gypsies even left? They get mad about something like that? You can't use the word gyp. You know what I mean? Apparently not. Who knows what you can say anymore? Who knows what you can't say anymore? You know what I mean? But if you think about your childhood and some of the verbiage that we use and some of the language that we use, I mean, none of that stuff will fly today in 2023. I remember we used to say things like, yo, I'm going to jap you in the face. No, we didn't say jab, we said jap. And apparently that came from Pearl Harbor and Japan and sneak attacks and all that. There's some things in the 80s movies that clearly, when Whoopi was young in Hollywood, being the toast of the town, there are things that were said in those movies. Like I remember Eddie Murphy said that, he looked back at his old comedy stuff. Any people my era remembers Delirious. Can you imagine Eddie Murphy dropping Delirious today in today's climate? There's no way he gets that off, man. No way. It's just different times, man. So yeah, Whoopi had to apologize for saying the word gyp. Which, I mean, wow. I mean, damn. What can you can't even really talk anymore? Maybe just don't say this shit on national TV. But I literally legit did not know that gyp was an offensive thing. Okay, guys, listen. It's like the third show I'm talking about John Morant, but he just won't get out the cycle. Let's talk about Ja real quick. I mean, I got to be honest. It's confusing to me that this is an overreaction of a young man who is being a young man. Now, listen, I know he's a professional, and I know he has younger people looking up to him. So I understand that he's not your typical everyday 21-year-old. I know he has certain responsibilities that maybe my teenage son doesn't, so he can probably, well, he can't do wow shit, but he won't be as criticized or scrutinized as John Morant. So when we first started talking about Ja 3 shows ago, he was only going to be suspended for 2 games, and then when we talked about him again, he was suspended indefinitely, and then he said something how he's going to go away and get the help he needs. So I already seen they was using the mental health aspect. I mean, does he really? Like I said before, the boy's not crazy. He just did some crazy shit. Well, now they hit Ja with an 8-game suspension, and he went away to Florida, I guess, to some, I don't know if it's mental rehab. Where the hell did Ja go? He went to go seek counseling. And then he just recently did an interview with Jalen Rose explaining his actions. First of all, when Jalen Rose asked him, was that your gun? I was like, yo, why would you ask him that? Why would you put that young man on the spot like that? Ask him if that. No, I mean, if it was, he's going to tell you that it was. I just think they told Jalen to ask him that to clarify some stuff. But my thing is, all this shit seems so disingenuous. The boy went away for counseling for 10 days. Let's say if he had issues, now that they're clearly saying that he has, all that can be magically fixed in 10 days. Man, I'm 47 years old, bro. I know I got at least, I got to go to therapy at least the next 20 years, man. And magically, Ja Morant situation was handled in 10 days and he knows better. I mean, it just seems a little disingenuous. I mean, I hope that he learns his lesson, and I think he has. But a lot of this PR stuff that the NBA is doing, and a lot of the stuff that they're doing to send this young man through the ringer, it's all bullshit, to be honest with you. NBA's gotten funny money. I don't know, but I just thought that was like, okay. So my people, speaking of sports, in the world of sports, this past week, and if you're in New York City, you know. Honestly, if you're anywhere in the country, you know, especially if you love baseball. The World Baseball Classic started a couple of weeks ago. And the game so far of the World Baseball Classic was the Dominican Republic versus Puerto Rico. Wepa, wepa, wepa. Yo, bro, I'm from New York, the South Bronx. Proudly so. I grew up with nothing but Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Hondurans, black people. The Africans didn't come yet. But primarily my circle, my base of people were people of Hispanic descent in either way. I was one of the few brothers that wasn't talking Spanish. And by the time I got to a certain age, I can, como se llama, and order me some bacon, egg, and cheese with mayo on that side, bro. You know, it's stuff that you just pick up when you grow up around that culture. So now I have Dominican friends. One of my childhood friends, bro, that's my heart, bro. The best man at my wedding, it made his big ass cry, is my brother. He is Dominican. Now, if you look at him, he look black as fucking all like a damn eggplant. But he's a Dominican, and he's my brother. And then my oldest child, she is half black and half Puerto Rican. So I say all that to say that I grew up around these people. So when the Baseball World Classic, this particular game, I didn't know who to root for. I'm like, damn, man, this is a hard one, bro. Like, who do you root for when you have people on both sides? You know what I mean? So, of course, my crazy thinking, I said, okay, I tell you what. Here's how I'm going to narrow down who I'm going to root for. I'm going to make 4 categories of each particular culture and see which one I like the most. Okay, so we're doing Puerto Rico versus Dominican Republic. Let's get into it. Food. Who has the better food? That's a good one. Because I got to be honest with you. As a black dude, I can't really tell the difference, bro. I don't know if this shit is Dominican. I don't know if it's... I don't know. Let me explain. I grew up with every block in the hood has a bodega. I go into the bodega when I was younger, and I remember the smell hit me in my face. I mean, it punched me, but a good punch. A punch that you will never forget. And I say punches is good, but this aroma punch was very good. I said to the bodega owner, Al, I said, yo, Al, Papa, what's that smell, bro? He says it was something called fried cheese and salami. Almost lost my shit. I said, Al, I never had that before in my life, but you got to hook me up. Al goes behind the counter. Well, not Al. He was the owner. We had the other dude named Primo. He goes Primo. We just call him Primo. He was everybody's cousin. Primo, hook me up. Primo hooked me up. The best fucking thing. I was trying not to curse. This is the best fucking thing I've ever had in my life. This fried cheese and salami with tostones was off the yowzers, bro. The Dominicans got that one. And then when you go to some Dominican, and then there's this Dominican restaurant that I go to, and the mofongo, bro, I will literally slap every member in my household to get that mofongo. That mofongo is off the Yizzy house. It's good. Dominican food is good. His thing. So is Puerto Rican food. Let me tell you something. My wife's best friend, when she goes see her or whatever, that's the first thing my wife says. I want her to cook me some Spanish food. Spanish. Puerto Ricans cook some Spanish food. I'm no longer with her, but it's all love. My daughter's mom, who's Puerto Rican, can cook the shit out of some Spanish food. I defy you to eat her arroyo con tules and roast pork and not want to go into a comatose. So when it comes to food from Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, I can't. It's a push, man. They're even to me. They're even on that regards. Food is a push, man. It really is. But something got to give, right? Because now we're even. We're even with the food. How about the beer? Now, as I'm not saying as everyone knows, but as everyone should know, the national Dominican beer is El Presidente, bro. You go to DR, what do you want? You want an El Presidente, bro. As soon as you touch down, I don't care. Preferably in a bottle, but if you can't get the bottle, yo, you get it in the can is frosty, you're gonna get yourself a Presidente. Presidentes is the shit. You put yourself in the atmosphere with this Presidente and some salsa playing, bro. You in heaven, my brother. You in heaven. Now, the beers that Puerto Ricans drink, the national beer is, I never even heard of this shit. Modelo Light, and it's Puerto Rico's most popular beer. Even has his own bar in Old St. Juan. Bro, keeping 100 with you guys. Dominican Republic wins on beer. I don't know what this Mandela Light is, but I promise you, it ain't messing with the El Presidente, bro. Mexico has good beer too. Presidente, they won that match. The Presidente won that match. Okay, now here's where I might get shot. Here's where the podcast is gonna go left. Okay, remember this is Puerto Rico versus DR championship fight, cage match. The women. Who has better women? Puerto Rico or DR? I'm trying to say this without offending 80, because I have sisters and friends that are Puerto Rican, and I have sisters and friends, that are female friends that are Dominican. So I'm trying to say this because both of them will cut you. I don't care what's going on. A Puerto Rican and a Dominican woman will cut you. So I'm trying to analyze this without getting cut by my peoples, mi gentes. Okay, so who's better? Okay, in show business, the Puerto Ricans, they have J-Lo, Jenny from the Block, She's from the Bronx. Don't let it confuse you. I know she be in those movies looking like almost a white woman. Nah, bro. J-Lo is from the Bronx. J-Lo's Puerto Rican. She's one of ours. Know what I mean? As far as being from the Bronx. We love J-Lo. So J-Lo's a high-profile Puerto Rican. But let's go to the hood level. Let's keep it, not hood. Let's say local. Let's keep it to the local level. Who's better? Dominican women or Puerto Rican women? Yo, bro, I can't even lie to you. Puerto Rican women are more realer, meaning like they're more down to earth. They're loyal as hell. Like they'll ride with you. You know what I mean? And I guess some of them grew up in the Bronx for so long that it's kind of like they're like one of us, man. You know what I mean? So Puerto Rican women are and they're beautiful sisters too. Puerto Rican women are beautiful. That's all women, but we're just talking shit for this podcast, right? So the Puerto Rican chicks, but they'll cut you. I'm gonna say this, fellas. My Spanish brothers, tell me if you agree or not. Puerto Rican women will cut you faster than a Dominican woman ASAP. I'm telling you right now. You do something against them, knife coming out, you're getting jigged, right? Now, let's go to the Dominican women. Okay, so Dominican women, cosmetically wise, top tier, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Something about Dominican women, I don't know if it's because they look black, but they're not really black, but they speak Spanish. So for brothers, that's like a smash up, baby. That's like Jay-Z and Linkin Park. You can't beat that. Be like, oh, word, okay, that's what I'm talking about. But they can be stuck up. A Dominican woman will look at you, and if you look like you're not making anything short of $1 million a year, get out of here, papa. You don't have a chance in hell. So Dominican women can be a little superficial, and some of them, not all of them, but some of them are known to get their beauty enhancements via cosmetic surgery, which is not wrong with that, man. Ma, if you could afford it, go do it. You know what I mean? So if I had to make, and this is end of the world choice, and I had to choose between Puerto Rican women and Dominican women, all due respect, and mind you, I'm saying this as a married man, my wife's probably going to hate the segment, but all due respect, this is 22-year-old Marcus. Remember how 14-year-old Marcus was talking to you? This is 22-year-old Marcus. If 22-year-old Marcus had to make a choice, yo, bro, the Dominican women are winning. I'm sorry. They're edging out, man. They're edging out the Puerto Rican sisters on this one, on this particular one. That's it. All right, let's move on before I get shot. The people. And when I say the people, I mean the people. The men, the women, the elders. Who is better? Puerto Ricans or Dominicans? Now, let's start with the Puerto Ricans. When I grew up on West Farms and Freeman Street, we had an office manager by the name of Anna. Anna was of Puerto Rican descent. Anna used to organize neighborhood things for us to do for the kids. Didn't matter what color you was. If you were living on that block and you was a child, Anna was going to find some neighborhood stuff for you to do. This Puerto Rican woman took me to my first baseball game. She took me and my friends and I, to our first baseball games. This is places where you make memories. I'm of a certain age and I still remember that. And this is at the old Shade Stadium. Her family, you lived on the block. And there are people today that I still hold in deep regard, reverence, and love. Always have. You might not see people like you used to when you were younger, but they will always hold a special place in my heart. So I know firsthand that Puerto Rican people are good people. I know that. And listen, we're all human beings, so there might be a little subset that are just degenerates, but same thing for my people, same thing for anybody people. That's human nature. But the ones that I was privy and blessed to encounter, stand up people to this day. Now let's take the people of DR. My best friend's from DR. I've been around this dude since 1986. I've been around his mom since 1986. His nephew, his nieces. They're my familia. It is a brotherhood and a bond, not just with him, but with his family that will never go away. Ever go away. They're loyal. They will do anything for you. They did it when I was younger. They were protective over me and my other black friends as we entered their circle. You know what I mean? Now, I ain't gonna lie. Some Dominicans, bro, they could look at you and they oye shit. And if you're black, because you know the whole thing with Dominican and Haiti, I mean, they are mountain apart and they don't rock with the Haitians. So sometimes it could be a little colorism from people who kind of have the same color as you. I get it. But as far as the ones I encountered, they still hold a special place in my heart to this day. There's some good people. They're really some good people. Well, at least the ones that I know. So when it comes to people, who's better, Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, that's even. And so for the clash for the title, to see who's better between Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, it ends up 2-2. That means peace, my brother. That means there's some good people. And I'm a black American who has been blessed and privy to experience the culture of these people. And honestly speaking, it's something that I don't take for granted. And if I had to do it all over again, these particular set of people are the people I want to grow up around. Just lovely people. So that ends the clash between DR and PR, tied 2-2. But don't front, DR do have some smoking hot women and better beer. they just do, bro. Oh, man. Okay, so time to wrap up the show, baby. I told you today's no. Listen, next week I'll come to you. I'll talk politics. We could talk about banks, because probably going to be at least 5 more banks that are crashing. It's just this is just the world, baby. But that's okay. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep pushing because we're human beings and we're savages, bro. And that's okay. No one here is a victim. We're not Jussie, Smollett, nobody. And even you, you're not a victim. You're not. All right, bro. My good people, let's go to the message of the day. And the message of the day is to be 1% better than you were the day before. Every day. Every day, wake up with the goal of getting 1% better than you were the day before. Listen, I am a guy who is big on reading motivational or listening to motivational books or audio books. It's just, I don't know, it just gets me going. It gets me, my juices flowing. And I'm reading this book called Atomic Habits. I'll put it up because I think his name is James Clear, and I'll correct it if I misspoke his name. And one of the chapters that really resonated with me was to get better 1% a day in whatever capacity that is. If that's waking up early, if that's not getting to work barely on time, but maybe try to get there 15 minutes before your time. If that's normally doing a 20-minute workout, but now making it a 30-minute workout, you know? If that's not trying to be moody, but kind of attack the day in a positive mood. Whatever it is that you do, because in small increments, you don't have to get 100% better. I mean, God willing, you have a long life. So imagine if you add up all those 1% throughout the year. You done got 365% better than you were the previous year. So whatever you do, my people, in regards to your health, in regards to your mental status, in regards to your attitude about yourself, other people, and life in general, try to get 1% better. My people, as always, I want to thank you for watching my shit. I want to thank you for always leaving kind texts and comments and told me that you check my stuff out. Listen, no one's watching. It's just me and you, baby. It's just me and you. But being that it's me and you, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much. Remember, do all that corny YouTube stuff for me. I need you to subscribe. I need you to like. I need you to hit that notification. I need you to share this on your IG stories, Facebook stories, whatever social media platform you use. Do not put the shit on TikTok because we're about to ban it, and we'll talk about that some other show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's gray sky. It is gray clouds in the sky, but that's okay because you woke up and you're blessed and you're about to attack it. Today is Friday. Today is March 17th. Today, my people, remember, get 1% better than you were the day before. My people, on behalf of the people, which is me, myself, and I, at the desk of Don't Kill the Messenger podcast, it's your boy Marc. Always thank you for the love. And remember, love yourself and love others. I definitely will see you on the next show. As always, peace.